It didn't fail all at once. First, mag felt fine. Second, something felt off. Not a jam, not even close. Just slow, sluggish. Like the slide was thinking about it a little too long. I ignored it. Kept running it. By the third string, I was already adjusting my grip, blaming the ammo, telling myself it was nothing. Guys next to me burning through drills, no issues. Mine, still working, just not right. And that's the problem nobody talks about. Most guns don't explode on you. They fade. They get picky. They need everything clean, perfect, dialed in. And the second that goes away, they start folding. Mine did. Right when I needed speed, it hesitated. That quiet half second, yeah, that's where trust dies. After that, I stopped caring about reliable on paper. I stopped trusting anything that needed perfect conditions to behave. This list is different. These are the pistols that keep running when things start going wrong. And a few popular choices, they didn't survive this. Dust was already in my mouth when someone yelled, "Mine's down!" Didn't even look at first. By that point, guns dropping wasn't news anymore. One guy's getting light strikes, another fighting a dead trigger, someone else smacking an optic like it owed him money. All the nice compacts, the ones people show off, yeah, they were the ones choking. I was halfway through another string when I realized I hadn't even thought about what was on my belt. CZP-10C plain. Cheap. The one I never bothered defending. Hands were wrecked. Sweat in my eyes. Gun filthy enough I should have cleaned it hours ago. I kept waiting for it to join the pile. Give me something to complain about. It didn't. Round after round, it just kept cycling, like nothing around it existed. No stutter, no hesitation. While guys were babying their guns between strings, I wasn't doing shit to mine. And that's what pissed me off. Because all those better guns already benched, this thing just stayed in it. I used to call it the safe, boring pick. Something you settle for. Standing there, watching everything else fall apart. I realized I had it backwards. Still don't love it, still not exciting, but it doesn't ask for anything. And I didn't like how easy it made everything else look weak. The next one didn't feel this quiet about it. The doubt didn't show up at the range. It hit me on the drive home. I was driving back from a long day when I felt it. Quiet, annoying. Just sitting there in the back of my head like, you trust this thing a little too much. The kind that shows up when you've been carrying the same gun for weeks. I'd seen it before. Guns that run fine until they don't. Not dramatic, just start getting picky when you stop paying attention. So I pulled into a private dirt cutout we use sometimes. Killed the engine and let the dust settle. No perfect bench. No clean setup. Just me and the FN509 tactical sitting there like it had something to prove. I didn't warm up, didn't clean it, just grabbed what ammo was left and started running it right there in the dust. Fast draws, weak hand, awkward footing, no rhythm. And the whole time, that voice kept pushing. This is where they start slipping. This is where the good ones choke. It never did. Mag after mag, the 509 just kept cycling like it didn't care what I was trying to force out of it. I've had cleaner guns act worse than that. That's what got under my skin. I don't even like shooting it that much. Grip feels off. Triggers nothing special. But it wouldn't give me a single crack to exploit. By the time I got back in the truck, I was irritated. Not because it failed, because it didn't. The HK-USP was never the gun I reached for. It just stayed, sat in the safe, rode in the truck, got thrown into rotation when I didn't feel like thinking too hard. Big, chunky, outdated as hell. Felt like carrying a brick compared to everything else that came out in the last few years. I kept telling myself I'd replace it, and I tried. Newer guns came in, lighter, slimmer, better triggers, optics ready, all that shit. On paper, they should have buried the USP. But after a while, they all started asking for something. One didn't like certain ammo. Another needed a break-in I didn't have patience for. One felt great until it didn't. Nothing dramatic, just enough to make you notice. And somehow the USP never joined that conversation. Months went by before it even hit me. I couldn't remember a single time it gave me a problem. Not one. No weird behavior. No, maybe it was the ammo. No second guessing. Just silence. I still don't like carrying it. Still think it's bulky, dated, kind of a pain. But everything else I've owned eventually needed attention. This thing never asked, and I hate how easy it is to trust because of that. But wait, because the next one didn't sit quietly like this. Hold on, try that again. I was half turned, watching him fight his gun, mag halfway out, talking him through it like I actually cared more about his problem than mine. Noise, brass, people moving, nothing serious, just a messy range day. Glock 19 was already in my hand. Didn't even think about it. I ran a few rounds while he was still messing with his. Bad grip, rushed reload, didn't reset clean on one pull. I wasn't focused, wasn't even trying to be clean about it, and it just kept going. No hesitation, no weird feel, no hold up a second. Somewhere in the middle of that, it hit me. I hadn't thought about the gun once. Not the ammo, not the condition, not my grip, nothing. It was just doing exactly what it's always supposed to do. And yeah, that annoyed me because there's nothing interesting about it. No personality, no edge, no moment where it surprises you. It just works exactly the way people have been saying for years. That's it. No magic, no story, just a gun that doesn't care if you're distracted, sloppy, or half paying attention. And that's why it survives. The next one, that one actually made me stop and pay attention. $900. That's where it started. I saw the SIG P226 sitting there with that price tag and already didn't like it. Felt like I was being charged for a reputation. Service proven military. Like that settles it. It doesn't. For that kind of money, I expect a reason. So yeah, I went into it with attitude. Picked it up thinking, this better not be one of those old guns people defend just because they grew up around it. And it kind of was. Heavy. Solid. Not trying to be modern. Not trying to impress. Just there. At first that white annoyed me. Then it didn't. Because it never felt weak. No flex, no weirdness, no second guessing. And that's where it got irritating. I kept waiting for a reason to say it wasn't worth it. Didn't get one. I fed it the same mixed ammo that had already made two newer guns act weird that day. No cleaning, no careful pace, just load, run it, reload. It didn't try to impress. It just refused to become the problem. Most guns try to win you over fast. This doesn't. Still heavy, still overpriced. But I get it now, and I don't like how hard it is to argue against. Faster! That's what my buddy Jeet said. I was already mid-string when he called it, pushing pace harder than I should have. No reset to think, no time to clean anything up, just run it again. Faster. Walther PDP was already in my hands. I drove it harder, sloppier grip, quicker break, pushing past that point where most guns start feeling off. That little hesitation you get when things aren't perfectly lined up. It never showed up. Trigger stayed sharp. Reset stayed right there. The gun didn't lag behind me, didn't ask me to slow down, and that's where it clicked. This is where other guns start falling off. Not failing outright, just slipping. Timing gets weird. Rhythm breaks. You feel it. This didn't. It kept pace, like it didn't care how hard I pushed it, and that's when it stopped feeling like just another option. I was relying on it. Didn't love that. It's not soft, not forgiving. Snappy enough that if you're off, it shows. But it doesn't hesitate. It gives you exactly what you ask for. No delay, no buffer. By the end of that run, I wasn't testing anything anymore. I was making decisions with it, and that felt heavier than I expected. The last one, there's no room left after that. Fall last month, I was sitting in the truck with the engine off, door open, just letting the day hang there. Dust on my boots, range bag half unzipped, that burnt powder smell stuck to my hands. The M&P was still in my grip, not even pointed anywhere, just there. I wasn't thinking about it. I was going over everything else. Some of those guns had better triggers. Some felt faster. A couple actually made you want to talk about them before you even left the lot. They gave you something, a moment, a reason. This one didn't. So I went looking for it anyway. Ran the whole session back. Fast strings, sloppy reloads, cheap ammo, hands slipping, attention drifting in and out. That's usually where something shows up. A hesitation, a weird cycle, something small you brush off but remember later. With this, nothing stuck, no moment to point at, no excuse to make, It just stayed the same the entire time, like it was already past the part where things start going wrong. Everything else had a spot where you had to explain it. This didn't leave me anything to explain. I don't even like it that much. Triggers average. Grip, choose your hand. No personality at all. But it's also the only one I stopped checking. This is it. So now you know what I actually look for. Not the clean runs, not the perfect range days. The moments where things start slipping and the gun either holds the line or doesn't. Because most pistols don't fail in some dramatic movie-style way. They fade, they slow down, they get picky, they hesitate just enough to make you notice, and then it's already too late. The ones on this list, they don't do that. They keep going when your grip's off, when the ammo's trash, when your head's not fully in it. That's the difference. Now, I want to hear yours. Which gun never gave you that moment of doubt? And where did it prove it? I'm Steve, and yeah, there's still one here. I keep watching a little closer than I should.